welcome back to another episode of Public Opinion with your hosts Pam and Vanetta, and Happy New Year. Happy New Year. We are so happy and blessed and excited to be able to see another year.
That's right.
And I am so happy to be able to be here with you, Vanetta.
It's exciting, isn't it?
Yes.
2023.
Yeah, and look at us sitting together. We don't always sit together, but I thought it was important for us to be together for our first show of this season. And we are now in season 8. And we have had, we've had I would say, with you and I, we've had about 50 episodes or more of different, of the shows and tea times and all of those things.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah,
that's right.
So we've had a lot to talk about, but there's so much more to talk about.
Always.
There's so much more to talk about, but I'm just happy. I'm excited. I have on my crown. You have a noisemaker, and we are ready to just get started. So this week, we're not going to have any guests because I just thought it was important for us just to talk about what we are looking forward to in this new year and look back a little bit at some of the things that happened in 2022 that we really didn't get a chance to talk about. But
right.
I just think it's important just to look back so that we can go forward into the future. So
okay.
I'm going to call this 2022 in 22 minutes. So I'm going to see if we can do all of this in 22 minutes. But we may not.
It's impressive. It would be impressive.
It's something. It's a goal.
It's a goal.
Okay, it's a goal. So I thought we would start out by talking about some of the things that happened in 2022. And then we're going to end by just saying what we're looking forward to in the new year.
Oh, okay. That's perfect.
Yeah. So I thought we would talk about first maybe things that happen in politics and other things like that. So first of all, or world events. So last year, pretty much at the beginning of the year, there was the war in Ukraine started. And I never would thought that it would still be going on now. But you know what I had to say about Ukraine? They're a strong little, they
won't give up.
Right.
They will not give
up.
The little but I really did think it was going to be over. They would be able to negotiate. I thought this may be a 30-day war. I don't think it was like the Gulf War that we saw made for TV. It's very sad.
And it has turned into a very, very sad.
All these atrocities.
Yeah. Right. But they're still pulling in there, and we're still hoping that they will come out the victor.
Yeah, he was People's Man of the Year.
Okay.
Yeah. And they said no one disagreed with that vote.
Okay. I certainly would not disagree with that vote. And then there was the overturning of Roe v. Wade, which, I don't even really understand why they even felt the need to do that. I don't even know why that was even a thing.
Well, it's just a wave of where politics is going, really.
Yeah.
These left and right wing, they just want to see to assert power.
Yeah, but I mean, to go into, because I certainly believe that speaks to your personal privacy. I think that you just have to have control of your own body. And then for men to make that decision.
There you are.
Or to want, first of all, they haven't had to carry a child or any of that. So for them to even try to tell somebody that they have to have a baby, it's just, it's ridiculous. Crazy.
And even more offensive now, they don't even have the safeguards in place for children who are going to be born with multiple birth defects.
Yeah.
I mean,
what are you going to do if you're going to say that? Then are you going to start child support right at the beginning of conception? And all of that type of stuff needs to be looked into. Or how about this? Just leave people alone, leave it be like it is. Let women and men together make a decision, and then whatever. But ultimately, I believe it's a woman's choice.
Stay out of the bedroom.
Exactly. And then, we had the appointment of Ketanji Brown Jackson and to the Supreme Court. And of course, she wasn't there at that time to be able to make that vote. But that was just a wonderful thing.
It was nice to live to see that. We've seen a lot of firsts.
We've seen a lot of firsts, and I hope we see a lot of seconds and thirds too.
Right.
And some more firsts. But, I'm happy about that, happy that she's there. And then Hakeem Jeffries was elected as he's the very first African American to lead either party in Congress. So he's now, the Democrats are the minority now in Congress, but he's he took over Nancy Pelosi. And I love Nancy Pelosi.
And she is not moving. Okay, she kept herself together. Yesterday when they were talking about all these ridiculous votes, Nancy is a bad chick.
I don't know if they made it to a ninth vote today. I know it was. I know there was an eighth vote. I'm
Well,
sure there'll be a ninth vote.
You know, the record is 100 and some votes, and that happened in the 1800s. Okay,
it's crazy because it holds up kind of. But anyway, that's
him
going on right now. But we got to talk about last year. But yeah,
who allowed him to put his stuff in the office though?
I don't. Right, they said he had already put his. He was like, I'm putting my stuff right here. I'm starting taking stuff out of my box. I'm starting it, and then the January 6th. I love the January 6th hearings, led by Liz Cheney and Benny Thompson.
Benny Thompson is now my man, okay? Because he didn't take any mess. And then Liz Cheney. Uh-huh. I liked her. I love her now.
Well, you know what? She was like, I don't care. And then she didn't get reelected, but she was like, knew. You know what? She knows that. But
she's more dangerous now.
Okay.
She's so much more dangerous.
Yeah, and she's like, now look, I don't have to worry about constituents. She may just go rogue and do some stuff. I don't know what she's going to do now, but it was actually kind of entertaining to watch. It was sad, as it was.
You didn't believe it was real because the things they were saying, the way he was yelling at people and kicking the back of cars.
Right, throwing food up against walls and asking for Diet Cokes and stuff.
And saying, you better do this, calling me on the phone, telling me what I better do.
Yes. And then in U.S. news and world events, we have to talk about all the mass shootings that have taken. It's like every time you turn around, there's a mass shooting. And so in Buffalo, and the people, it made me think, it's like you can't even go to the grocery store. I had.
What point do you know you're safe? But what my fear is when you talk about these mass shootings is that we become desensitized to it.
Yeah.
And I know a part of me says another mass shooting, but that's not what that family feels.
Exactly.
It's the only one. This is the most personal thing in the world that could have happened. It's so horrible.
It is horrible. And those poor children at the Uvalde, that shooting, and it's just awful. But then even with all of that, there are still people saying, well, we don't want to do gun control. It's not about guns don't kill, it's people. And yes, that is true. And we certainly have to address the mental health issue that is going on in this country. And I still stand by the fact that mental health needs to start at the time that a child starts going to a pediatrician. They should start having regular mental health checkups. And you should have that. And that way, people will come to recognize that mental health is just as important as physical health, and you won't have that stigma.
The stigma is what's most
interesting. It's the stigma that goes with all of that. But until we do all of that, you're going to have to do something. And then, yes, crazy people can pick up, so like that man that had the machete recently and went in the Dollar Family Diner. People will find a way to kill somebody. But, we just have to do something about that.
But you don't have to make it easily accessible.
Yeah.
And that's a problem.
Right. And then Brittany Griner.
Okay.
I'm so glad that she was released. But once again, there always has to be this negativity surrounding. People were comparing her coming home in the trade to a sports trade. Like, they traded like a first round draft choice for a fifth round draft.
Right.
She is a human being. She's a U.S. citizen. And not only that, that was the offer that was given.
And so she was always a pawn. She was always a pawn.
Always.
And I think, though, what was done well is the way her family represented themselves. They didn't allow themselves to be manipulated by the press or anyone else.
Right.
They did a very good job.
Yes, they did. They did a very good job. And I'm happy, and I don't care, really about. But people always have to have something, to me, negative to say. And what did they want? For her to just stay there? That's the part I didn't understand.
They really did not care.
Yeah. So of course we're still praying that the other man will be released. But,
I truly hope he will be released.
But I believe that Biden was just presented with that. That was only
they said it wasn't an offer.
It wasn't an either or. It was this is it.
Take
so
it.
What would he have looked like saying? Well, no, that's okay. We don't want her back. And then Queen Elizabeth died. She died, and all of the other stuff that has gone on and still going on with Harry and Meghan and all,
Well, you know what? Usually the death of anyone is the great divide, and it's always the equalizer, too. People put their issues aside.
It could be either or.
Right.
It could be either or.
But this one, it was never the equalizer.
Yeah.
He was there, but he was always there. It seemed like in a tentative manner.
Yeah.
You were waiting for the next shoe to drop, and then she
Yeah.
didn't come. It just
Yeah.
it wasn't the tribute I think a grandmother would have wanted at her end.
And I'm sure she wanted her grandsons to get together and be closer
course
and
she
everything.
did.
But I think it's still gonna happen.
You do?
Yeah, I think it will. I think with age sometimes comes more wisdom.
I think he's
and
given
that
up a lot
type
of
thing.
information to make it easy for them not to want to go back. But
Yeah.
they don't seem to be great people. But it is the institution, okay? And I
Well,
mean,
you know.
and he's harming
They
the institution.
seem like British people. Kind of. I think
Cold.
sometimes people, right, mistake that kind of that whole thing as being cold or whatever. But that may just kind of be how that kind of British aristocracy
I guess you're
kinda
right.
is.
But
So.
but what I love that she said, because I can't say that I'm a rah-rah Megan person, but I did like that in the special she said he was on this journey before me. And if he hadn't been, he wouldn't have been attracted to me. I didn't pull him away.
Yeah. No, and I don't think, because a lot of people want to blame her.
Oh, they definitely want to.
They want. But I do believe that he was standing up for his wife. And I don't.
As he should have.
Yeah, and so for that he shouldn't offer any apology.
No.
That's his wife, and if he feels like she was being mistreated, we can go other places.
But and this is another topic in another show,
Yeah.
with her not saying that she knew she was black, but she didn't identify and understand her blackness. That's a problem.
Yeah, that is a problem. And now we're going to turn to pop culture, which is always fun. And the year, there was an incident at the Oscars, and that's all I'm going to say. Everybody knows what that incident. We had a whole tea time about it, so we're going to move on from that. But I just thought we would. I don't want people to think, oh, they didn't even mention that. There was an incident at the Oscars.
Keep my wife's name out of your mouth.
Okay, and I'm gonna keep that person's name out of mine. And then, we have to talk about Kanye. Seems like he was in the news constantly last.
That was his goal.
And you think that's? I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
he just is an attempt.
He wants to be
Once again that mental
conversation.
health, that mental health,
truly mental health.
Yeah,
And that's why I think we shouldn't buy in. We shouldn't talk about the crazy things he says. We should not at all. Just
yeah.
because he loves the attention of it, and that is nothing but some type of psychosis.
Yeah, but that led to Adidas dropping him because of one of the statements. And rightly so. And listen, what I have, we as a people also need to get together and drop people. We spend a lot of money, and when people say offensive things, we have to come together and rally, even though we don't own as much stuff as other people who can easily just drop you. We have to continue
But
to
we can't
hold people accountable.
enrich. We can't enrich places that we know intentionally go after our dollars but don't respect us.
Right.
We cannot.
Yeah, we can't. We right. And then, Elon Musk, once again, mental, I'm telling you, he buys and sells and
He has no rhyme or reason. But
Yeah.
he's identified as autistic. He said that. But he doesn't have a diagnosis. He just
he does?
self-identified.
He's okay.
And I know individuals on the spectrum
Yeah.
do not want him in their community because he is just a problem.
Okay. Well, yeah, he is. And lost a lot of money, too. But he's
Every day he's losing money.
every day he's losing money.
You're hired, you're fired.
Yeah. Right. And then for him to want to put, that other person, I'm not going to say his name back on there, but hopefully he won't even buy into that. And then, we can talk about at the end of the year, the babies that were stolen from the car. I'm so happy that
little twin.
And I'm so happy that other one was recovered. But you know what, that story with those two women was, I'm telling you.
I love them. They were, say, okay, we'll be detectives because these people don't seem to know what they're doing.
I can see you and I getting right on that. We would be like,
using the internet.
First of all, you would have told me, girl, you got to see this video of this woman who was, I gave her a ride and she started, just peeing in the street, whatever, pulled her back. And so then as a result of all of that, that's when they were like, well, she looked like that lady in the news who had taken that baby. And then even after they got there, because the authorities didn't want to believe them at first, you know.
Now that's what's really sad. And they were putting themselves in danger.
They were. And then even after they arrested the woman, they were like, well, they still don't have a baby. We got to see if there's something that we can find where we and everything that they did and lay it back to that baby. So I think it was wonderful.
I think that really was. I was always fearful that they were going to be arrested for buying them toys because I know she stole them.
That's the same thing I was thinking. I was like, well, now they were buying stolen toys, but so what?
Well, they didn't know they were stolen.
So what? And then, so then we look at the movies that were, I don't think you saw Black Panther, did you?
No.
Well, you have to see Black Panther.
I do.
You have to see
and
Black
Woman
Panther.
King.
And Woman King. I loved Woman King, and I wish you had seen it. We'll do a tea time about Woman King because there are so many movies that so many plots that I saw in Woman King. I was like, okay, that was the plot for this movie. I saw that in this movie, but it came together though. I'm telling you, that's gonna be.
I have to go, but you know what? Since COVID, I really have only been to the movies once.
Yeah, well, I saw Black Panther, I saw Woman King, and I think there was another, Jurassic Park.
Yeah, you went to see
Because, I love Jurassic Park. I saw that. And then Barbara Walters passed away. She lived a long life, and she was a trailblazer. She was a trailblazer for so many female journalists.
She was, but really was. Here's the thing. They gave her roses while she was living.
And that's as should have been done.
It's perfect.
Yes.
You can say a life well lived, and she knew.
And she knew, and she did. She believed in that. She really believed in living your life to the fullest, and she did that. So now, speaking of all of that and living our lives to the fullest, what are you looking forward to this year?
Well, I got a bigger thing. My last son is graduating from college in May. So I'm excited. Mother of three college graduates. So I'm excited about that. I'm going on a cruise with Central State alumni in April. So
where are you going?
The Caribbean. Oh, it's a 7-day cruise. So
I have never been on a cruise.
That's what you said.
I have never been on a my husband won't go on a cruise. He just is scared of cruise.
We just need to drug him and pull him on a bus.
Now I don't know, because you always hear about things happening on cruise ships, but have fun. I hear there's a lot to drink and a lot to eat, so that's
this is a new boat that's just going in the water. So we'll be on one of the maiden voyages. I'm excited. And then we're going to see Usher in Vegas.
Yeah, we're going to go to see Usher, and I don't have really a whole lot of trips so far. Well, I'm going to go to Vegas. I'm going to go to California.
You're always in California.
I'm always in California. I'm looking forward to this year. I'm going to be a Nana again. So I'm
just stealing that. Okay. Every baby is yours.
I'm going to be a Nana again, so I'm excited about that. I just...
and it's
it's a girl. It's a girl, so you'll be able to spoil that. I know you'll spoil that baby to death. So I'm just excited about life and continuing just to do this. And I enjoy just talking about whatever is out there, and so right now we are going to see about this Congress. By the time this show comes out, I'm sure they will have elected. It's probably.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Well,
don't bet any money on that.
They'll probably just get tired of the process because nothing can happen right now.
No, nothing. But his votes were going up and down. That's what's cracking me up.
But see, I think they should just go ahead and let Hakeem Jeffries just go ahead and elect him. Some of those Republicans just need to come on over and just vote for him.
They can't.
But they can't. They would rather just stand and say
they die on a pole. They will.
Something. But I am looking forward to this year, and I hope that you all will continue to join us and watch us on this journey. We have a lot of things that we are looking forward to talking about, a lot of issues that we want to explore, and we hope you will come along with us for the ride. So until next time, we will see you for another episode of Public Opinion. Bye-bye.
2023.
2023.